I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some chocolate. Got this chocolate. Chocolate. Dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Really love dark chocolate. This one, it's got that requisite sort of in between cranberry and red currant acidity, which like nudges up against the cacao bitterness. And then this lovely rounded fatty cocoa fat. I love it. However, I can't help get the feeling that I'm not buying the right chocolate. Now, the reason I say that is because I was once sent, I've lost the contact, but I was once given by someone who came into the tea house a box of chocolates, of different chocolates, and she was a chocolate bean to bar curator, let's say, finding this amazing sort of bean to bar. And I know everyone says they're bean to bar these days, but and she brought this chocolate in with these like tiny little samples, like about maybe 10 of them, and I tasted them and they just knocked me. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is okay. How have I been so far away from amazing chocolate? The level, the difference, and I think the difference, aromatics. This has got a bit of wild strawberry. But you see, I'm struggling. I remember having some of this chocolate. I was like, that's like butterscotch and coconut, obviously all unflavored, and that's like super flowery, and this is like super starchy and corn-like. And I remember just being like just not for six. And the only other time that I've had that experience was going to eat chocolate at is it Alain Ducasse? I'm pretty sure it's Alain Ducasse, but maybe I'm wrong. He has this chocolate range, chocolate shops, very expensive chocolates, fine. And they contacted me because they wanted to do like a tea collaboration where we did tea and chocolate pairing, which unfortunately never happened for one reason or another. But is it Alain Ducasse? I don't want to hold on. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Ducasse chocolate. Yeah, okay. So, and it's le chocolat. Why do the French always do that? Just because you're French doesn't mean like you put le in the name, it's like the chocolate. That's all it means, is the chocolate, right? But do you think that the French language is so like angelic that you just have to write it in French and it's like, and everyone will be like, it is high quality. Anyway, but it was high quality and had a single origin, like really amazing single origin. Not that you need to have single origin, it's one of those phrases, but you know what I mean. Like just bring it back down to the cultivar, bring it back down to the terroir, bring it back down to the culture of an area is very useful as a starting point to start to then really build up your knowledge. Then you can blend. Blending comes afterwards, but blending shouldn't come from, let's just chuck a few beans that we've got together or like just some flavors that kind of work. It's about understanding individual things and going, wow, that's great, but if we added that, then it would turn it into something else. Anyway, my opinion about blending. I was so blown away in the same way as with this woman, with her chocolate in this sample. And I was just so amazed by it. And some of them I didn't like, some of them I loved, but that's also part of it, right? It's not about what it's about. It's about the fact that you can taste a difference, feel a difference in the character. And there were some that were incredible. I remember like a Brazilian one that just had this amazing like white flower and lychee note to it. And others that had this just deep toffee, burnt toffee, herbal kind of quality to it. And so I always walk past Le Chocolat and I always go in there. And if you're watching Alain, which you're not, clearly, with 50 views, but if anyone knows Alain, after I dissed the name of his shop, your staff, you go in there, I'm ready. I'm ready to drop money. I am ready to drop money on good chocolate. If you titillate me with taste, give me a bit of taste titillation, I will drop £100 on chocolate. But every time I go in there, I'm like standing in front of the single origin area, because he also has like bougie little truffles and things. I don't care about that. Whatever. And everyone comes in, they're just like loading up on these little truffles. I'm like, this is where the gold is, right here. I know amongst this is some gold, but I do not want to spend £20 on a bar of chocolate and find out that it wasn't gold for me. I want a taste. Give me a taste. I'll pay for it. Charge me a £5, but I want to taste every single orange one, or like 10 of the single, just a little piece, just like that. That's all I need. Instead, number one, I usually don't get like anybody coming up to me, and I just go, no. Number two, if I ask, I'm like, oh, talk to me about the single origin chocolate. Yeah, single origin. You've got Mexico, you've got Brazil, you've got... So, okay. Talk to me. Give me some flavor notes. Excite me. I'm not going to spend money unless you excite me. But yeah, just give me a chocolate tasting. I'll pay £5. I'll even pay £10 if it's a decent enough setup. And I can taste everyone, then I'll know that's one, that one, that one. Then I will spend money. And I will keep coming back and buying my favorite chocolates and adding a little one in that I haven't tried before. I think you're missing a trick, Alain. So there you go. And this one is decent, fine, it's good, but there's so many chocolates like this, which is like, it's good. Yeah, it's nice. It hit the spot, but it's not giving me that extra something. From a textural point of view, and it's mostly aromatics. I find I don't get enough retronasal. I want chocolate to creep up my nose and then just flower my nose pepper my nose with exciting aromatics. Let me try and do some retronasal on this. Gotta let it melt. Shouldn't really let it chew. Shouldn't really chew it. Okay, lilac. Lilac and sawdust. Not amazing. I wouldn't sign up to lilac and sawdust but it's all right. A lot of chocolate also has that slightly sawdusty, cardboardy. I wonder about freshness in chocolate. I'm planning to maybe do a podcast with a chocolater. Chocolater? A chocolater. Chocolat. Planning to do a podcast with someone who's more of an expert in chocolate. Because I wonder about freshness. What is that taste? That slightly stale, not stale, but slightly papery taste. Is that just naturally part of the bean? Is it part of the conching process? Is it part? What is it? That you know, because I don't know. Does fresh chocolate taste better? Anyway, thoughts, lots of thoughts. But I will leave you here while I now go rummage upstairs to see if I can find some fruits. I think I might pull down some hoshigaki.